What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more hardcore. And we're back with some more early hardcore, though this is a track produced in the last year, which is to say, and I talked about this when I reacted to the Arjuna remix of Predator's Human Blood. Shout out to both Arjuna and Predator, as well as Guillotine Records in the Netherlands. I have all three of the first records that they put out this calendar year alone, which that is a great rate. So yeah, big shout out to all involved. But as I mentioned, the original version of this release was on H2OH recordings, I think run by Omar Santana, and indeed there's an Omar Santana remix of Human Blood on here, and that was back like '03, I want to say. But one of the tracks from that release was not repressed here, and instead a new track was made, which is called Knuckleheadz, and it's spelled with a Z at the end. So I like this track a great deal, and indeed I think it has that classic early hardcore gabber sound. So you know, people will know I'm into different styles of hardcore. I'm here for all of it basically, but of all the styles, I would say that early hardcore sound mixed with a bit of the Cenobite psychcore sound, that's what I'm all about. So yeah, we're gonna listen to Knuckleheadz by Predator, and this is on Guillotine Records 2023. The bass line. That kind of, I've got a bad feeling about this sort of vibe. Brilliant, classic hardcore synth line. Makes me think of like an action scene where things are going wrong. Again, just classic, like, hardcore synth work. It's like a swarm of synth bees. So again, we go to the bad feeling about this, and you know we're going to go back into that wicked things are going wrong synth again. crazy man. Well, you know what? I enjoyed that for two reasons. One, it's unexpected. I always enjoy being surprised by a track. You know, you DJ for a long time. I got my tables in '98, so we're literally at like 25 years of buying and mixing different kinds of music, including hardcore. People who know the story will know I was into hardcore in the very earliest days, and I even bought a dozen, maybe 15 hardcore records back in the late '90s. But I ended up focusing more on acid techno and acid trance, and you know, I didn't have unlimited money, and it wasn't until about 2015 when I was like, man, I really want to get back into hardcore. Started buying hardcore vinyl. A couple years later, 2017, I bought a record from Roberto Stramaccioni, aka Formek, and the rest is history. I sort of found a way into a bigger hardcore world. But the point is, the hardcore tracks, sometimes like the way they end, it can be very like abrupt, it can be very you know, immediate, so you either need to find a way to mix out, or you know, it's the end of the set. And sometimes if it's just like, you know, it just finishes and it's the end, like if you use that for a set ender, it's sort of a deflating way to end the set, because everyone is like, oh wait, oh, so that, okay, that's it. Like, you know, it's not clearly where it's sort of, there's a long sort of ambient like outro and it's like, okay, like that's the end of the set. But something like that there like really works. So I think that could be a track you use at the end of the mix. And wouldn't you know, I didn't realize that part was on there. I think I stopped the record as the vocal faded. I did just use that track as the final track in a mix that I recently put up on my YouTube. It's called Into the Abyss. It's also on my SoundCloud right now. And it uses literally like every track from all three of the, actually I don't think, not everyone, because it doesn't use the Santana remix, but the point is I use like a bunch of tracks from all three of the Guillotines, as well as Formek's most recent EP, the Still Bangin' EP on Cenobite. But I didn't realize that part was there at the end, because it sort of comes back, right? It's almost completely faded and quiet, and then it comes back with that like dissonant chip tune kind of feel. So I support that for surprising me and for making it, you know, if I knew that, I obviously would have left it at the end of the set, but definitely that's the kind of like ending where it's like, oh wow, like that, you know, like you can walk away there and it makes sense to like end the track or end the set with that track. So again, as a DJ, I'm always thinking about like what tracks would work particularly well at the beginning of the set or the end of the set, or like the way you arrange your tracks in a set. If you have one track that you think is a super marquee tune, like the favorite one you're looking forward to playing, where do you put it? Do you start with it, and then like after that it feels like maybe the energy goes down? Do you use it at the end but you have to build toward it the whole time? Do you use it smack dab in the middle? These are things I think about. So again, I use this track at the end of the set, but I didn't realize that bit was on there. So shout out to Predator once again, shout out to Guillotine, shout out to Jack Wax, aka the boss of Flat Life Records, acid techno label, although they have made some stuff like the Flatcore series. It's sort of like hard acid. So yeah, shout out to him. I got a couple of the records from Guillotine from him. The other one I think I got from the Koa store, or like the House Vinyl store, so shout out to you as well. And yeah, bottom line, long may the early hardcore vinyl continue. Again, I like all different kinds of hardcore, but early hardcore, it really is my favorite thing. So whether it's Mokum, whether it's Overdrive, whether it's the Twins records, yeah, whether it's Cenobite or indeed Guillotine, the fact that we can still get amazing hardcore done in the classic like Gabber style in 2023, it's amazing. So shout out to all the people involved. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.